was in the 1971-72 UEFA Cup. Steve Perryman remembers the semi-final.
One of the most important games for me was AC Milan. I wasn't having a particularly good season. I wasn't in a good run of form. Our doctor kindly told me after the game that Bill Nicholson was thinking of not picking me during that spell and leaving me out of that particular match. Good job he didn't, because I scored 2 goals. The Italians, being the Italians, they defended stoutly, they backed off you, they defended their 18-yard box. So I suppose if we were going to score against them, it was going to be from outside the box. I scored 2 goals, one from the edge of the box, probably one about 5 yards outside. But 2 very spectacular goals, 2 goals that made me proud. I wasn't known as a goal scorer, but certainly helped us get through that time.
He's done it again! Tottenham have done it again. It was Sabadini who got the clearance. Pulled down by Perryman and hit through again. Lower this one, but still finding a corner.
The reward was a UEFA Cup final trip to Wolverhampton, where 38,000 people saw Spurs take a first leg lead through the mighty Martin Chivers.
Chivers! Superbly taken. Chivers picked the ball cleanly. A kick taken by England. Watch the goalkeeper start to come. He can't get there. He has to go back. Caught in no man's land. But the credit to Chivers, a brilliant header. 1-0 to Spurs. So a free kick to Wolves just outside the box. Quickly taken. Hegan, McCalliog. It's 1 each. Chivers. Chivers again. Gilzine spreading out square. What a shot! Kick that one out.
In the return leg, Mullery's goal was enough to win the cup.
And it'll be Martin Peters hitting one. And Mullery's got it! And Mullery! He's done it! They watch for Chivers and they watch for England. And it's Mullery who's gone in to get a vital goal for Spurs.
In 72-73, as holders, wins against Oslo, Olympiacos, Piraeus and Red Star took Spurs to Vittoria Setubal in round 4.
Ray Evans has scored for Spurs. The substitute who won the cup was Coates on Saturday. The substitute, Evans, has put him ahead this time. A nice header there by Peters. Ray Evans going in, and off the post, and into the goal.
Gilzine. Chivers. Peters. To Chivers, good ball. 1-0.
A win on away goals and another domestic European tie beckoned, the semi-final against Liverpool. This time the away goal rule went the other way. Despite Martin Peters' early strike at White Hart Lane, Liverpool rattled in an all-important goal. And although Peters doubled his tally in the match, even the 46,000 crowd couldn't lift Spurs to add a third. But the following season, it was back for the UEFA Cup again. Round 3 saw Dinamo Tbilisi at White Hart Lane following a 1-1 draw away from home.
Evans again. England had gone up for that free kick and had stayed up. Coates. Still Coates. Good play there by Ralph Coates. Oh, and a great header there by Mike England. And that puts Spurs 2-0 ahead. It was moving with confidence now. Pratt crossing it in once more, and Martin Peters behind the ball! And Martin Peters has added another one!
5-1 the final score. In round 4, FC Cologne were the visitors.
Towards Martin Chivers, played back again, now Chivers, yes! Martin Chivers played for Chris McGrath. A little chip onto the left foot, Martin Chivers on the far side. Coates is going in, yes, Ralph Coates! 2-0 to Tottenham, and it looks like being their night again. Law beaten by Mike England, really upended, but England went for the ball, and Pratt finding Terry Naylor. Here comes a cross from Naylor, Chivers helping it on, Martin Peters! Number 3!
In the semi-final home leg against Lokomotiv Leipzig, this spectacular header from Chris McGrath made the aggregate score 3-1, and Martin Chivers wrapped it up in the second half to set up the final against old rivals Feyenoord of Rotterdam. The first leg played at White Hart Lane in front of another full house. There was early Spurs joy.
But Hanekom can bend, and did! "43 minutes gone, and Van Hanekom with a curler that beat Pat Jennings. May have been slightly masked by the head that got up in the wall, but it came down quite viciously. And really one must admire the way the Dutch team came back after conceding Mike England's goal. England coming across the box, trying to lose it out! And I don't think England knew anything about it, but I think Hiss was the last body to touch it. Mike England, I think, will get the credit for that. Let's have a look at it. From the free kick, won by Coates. England came very, very late. The goalkeeper came misunderstanding with his defence, and it either went off Israel or England, but England getting the credit. Christensen. De Jong, Christensen, wrestle to his right. That's a great ball to De Jong. What a superbly made goal!
Naylor much too close to the ball. Just by his fingertips, and it's in! Scored by Rijsbergen. That's De Jong, and Schoenmaker in the middle, and wrestle deep. Knocked back for Boskamp, the substitute. Wrestle with a chance to shoot, and he scored!
For the first time in their history, and marred by crowd violence, Spurs had lost in a major final. It took 7 years and Mark Falco's first goal against Ajax of Amsterdam in round 1 of the 81-82 Cup Winners' Cup to announce Spurs' return to Europe. It was as if they'd never been away. Falco's second from a corner in the second half was added to by Ricky Villa's impudent skills, which racked up a 3-1 away leg win. At home, a spectacular goal by Tony Galvin set up an aggregate 6-1 win, as further goals by Mark Falco and the genius of Ozzy Ardiles took the score to 3-0. Taking a 2-0 lead to Eintracht Frankfurt, Spurs advanced to the semi-finals with a great strike from Glenn Hoddle. April the 7th, 1982 is a date that Ray Clemence will want to forget.
Olmo! Oh, what an error by Ray Clemence! Disaster! Olmo for Barcelona. In again by Hoddle, and Jones arriving, and that's a goal! Graham Roberts coming in at the back to equalise for Spurs. Roberts the scorer. Hoddle chipping it in. Jones arrived first, and Roberts came in behind him. Spurs have equalised with 5 minutes to go.
But it proved not to be enough, and Spurs were out. 1983-84, and Spurs were back in the UEFA Cup with Glenn Hoddle at his peak.
Who's having this rich vein of form, Steve Archibald, and he was on hand there. A good goal work by Tottenham, and Hoddle's pass bisecting the defence. It put Houghton in behind them, and Archibald got ahead of those two defenders, Nielsen and Trost. Looks rather as though the Dutch plan for Cruyff to mark Hoddle in midfield is misfiring somewhat. Hoddle appears to have the edge early on. He played the 1-2 there with Archibald and got it back. There are four waiting in the centre here for Tottenham, and that's Galvin! And it's 2-0 after 19 minutes. Tony Galvin this time. But again, the instigator was Glenn Hoddle. He saw the situation here, played the return with Steve Archibald, got in behind them once again, and there was plenty for him to aim at in the centre. Goalkeeper may have hesitated slightly, but Galvin, frankly, was unmarked, and it's 2-0. Mabbott, Hoddle again. And again, he's forcing them to back off. And Falco's in there, turning Doots. Good save by the goalkeeper. Falco again. Can Mabbott squeeze it back? He can, to Archibald. 3-0. And 2 for Archibald. And Feyenoord pulled apart once again. Hoddle so anxious to take over, so keen to eclipse Cruyff tonight. That's a fine ball, and Galvin's through again, and it's 4. After 41 minutes, the Spurs fans see Hoddle lay on another goal. He's had a hand in all 4, and that was a perfect through pass. The man-to-man marking system destroyed, and Tony Galvin going through to finish.
We sort of were really struggling in the league, but we kept saving our best performances for Europe. And some of the individuals kept putting us down. People like Franz Beckenbauer and Johan Cruyff, who'd come to see us play on previous Saturday and said, look, you know, their clubs, respective clubs at the time, Feyenoord and Bayern Munich, well, we'll beat them, they're not so good. And when they came here, we absolutely annihilated them. And I remember Glenn Hoddle one night turned it on against Feyenoord, and we beat them 4 here, and he was superb. And credit to Cruyff, came in the dressing room after the game, over there when we beat them again over there 2-1, and said, you know, Glenn Hoddle, I have an apology to make, and please accept my shirt, you know. You were magnificent, and I think Glenn felt quite humbled.
He'll be hoping to do something about increasing it. Lovely pass, superbly weighted. And he's found Archibald. Steve Perryman in a lot of space. Hoddle touching it through. Houghton. Chris Houghton has put Tottenham in front on the night. A superbly engineered move by Tottenham, and finished off in style by Chris Houghton. Perryman with room, finding Hoddle, lovely touch through, and Houghton took his time, past the goalkeeper, and Tottenham are ahead on the night. Certainly hundreds of supporters streaming out of the ground now, the Feyenoord supporters. Rather dismayed at their team's performance. It's Mabbott with a good ball, finding Galvin. Could this be number 2? It is. What a marvellous piece of finishing by Tony Galvin. As the Feyenoord fans stream out of the ground, many of them will have missed that superb ball played through them by Mabbutt, splitting the defence wide open. Off goes Galvin, who got 2 goals in the first leg, and he's got another one tonight.
That superb performance took Spurs to round 3 and Bayern Munich. 1-0 down in the away leg, they prepared to redress the balance at White Hart Lane.
Two players who've played a fair bit of European football over the years. Hoddle will take this kick. Roberts at the far post, almost left. Indeed, he got it, the header. Archibald, it's got it! The goal stands, Archibald and Roberts. Too often tonight as Ray Clements punted the ball, hopefully upfield. Roberts is going to get to Kraus. Hoddle's chip through, Falco! And it's gone in off the post! Mark Falco has done it. 4 minutes to go, and Mark Falco has given Tottenham the lead overall. 2-0 on the night, 2-1 on aggregate. Hoddle with that intelligent ball through, and Falco hitting the post for the second time tonight.
Austria Vienna stood between Spurs and the semi-final.
Roberts won it, Hazard, nice control, and Archibald. Goal number 23 of the season for Steve Archibald. Important jump by Graham Roberts. And some lovely control by Mickey Hazard. Archibald on the spot. Stevens. Much more confident, Stevens, and indeed the whole Tottenham side since they went in front. Perryman. Touch from Ali Dick, it's a bit tight. This is Brazil. Oh, and it's gone all the way. Tottenham had 2 men over, and the eyes of Brazil say a lot. How much did he know about it? It was a question of just putting the boot in, I think. Hasn't scored since December, so I'm sure he'll claim it. Who got the final touch? But it doesn't matter to Tottenham.
So Spurs took a 2-0 lead to the away leg, and Alan Brazil scored again. Ardiles added a second for a 4-3 aggregate.
So then we moved on and we played the Hajduk split in the semi-final, I remember, and they were a difficult Yugoslav team. Good side, very solid, organised, you know, the typical Yugoslav side. Got beat out there and scored an away goal, so it was very important. Came here, Mickey Hazard scored early on, 1-0, and we were never going to give that away. And, you know, the Youth Cup final.
Spurs in front, Mick Hazard.
Then we played Anderlecht, one of the best sides in Europe at the time. A lot of good players. Captain Morten Olsen, Danish sweeper, excellent player coming from the back. Modern day Beckenbauer, really. We played very well out there. Remember that very clearly. Second half header from mine, flew into the top corner, put us up 1-0. In Tony Parks, the funny thing, he just made an elementary error about 2 minutes to go, and they equalised from it. He fumbled and they scored. So 1-1, and we were pleased we scored an away goal, we've got a draw. We come back here, and they were a different proposition to when they played us at home, and they scored a good goal, and you know we were under the cosh really for a long while. And then we equalised near the end, and it obviously dragged out extra time, and it was 2 very evenly matched sides. And we go into a penalty shootout, and Tony Parks, you know, really excelled himself. I think he saved 3 out of 5, and obviously we won the cup. And you know, that just shows you how it can be such a fine line between success and failure. And Tony Parks and Ricky Villa for different reasons, and remember that.
And he has scored. So that's great relief for him. Now, forward comes Morten Olsen. Can he beat Parks? Saved it! What a moment, and a moment for him. Now, it's not over yet. It's not over yet. Mark Falco now. What a psychological boost. If he can now put one past Munaron. Now, Falco. 2-0. It's Brewer to take it. He scored. 2-1 to Tottenham. Gary Stevens now. Score! 3-1. Enzo Chiffon. That's how big the goal is, but I tell you, to Schifo, it'll look about half that size, and Parks will look double his size. Now, can he do it? Yes, he can. As cool as you like. 3-2. Now, Archibald against Munaron. What value for money tonight? Dare not miss. And he hasn't. Now, Frankie Verkouteren. The captain of Anderlecht. Looking to make it 4-3. And it'll mean, well, let's not worry about what it'll mean for the moment. Let's see whether he can score and whether Parks can save. So, 4-3. And Danny Thomas, if he scores, no! And they're dancing for joy in the Anderlecht camp. And it's 4-3. Maybe Tony Parks will pull off another save. Good Johnson from Iceland is the man taking it. And he saved it! Spurs have won it! Tony Parks is the hero! Fantastic scenes here! And Keith Brackenshaw finishes career at Tottenham with a European trophy. What an unbelievable scene, and what a good sporting moment there for Morten Olsen to congratulate the Spurs manager. Tony Parks with 2 penalty saves. What a moment! A big cup, a beautiful smile, and Spurs have won the UEFA Cup.